Hello everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer and welcome back to Thief Deadly Shadows. We are in Alldale and we are supposed to be going and visiting Inspector Drept, but first I'm going through and looting
It looks dangerous.
everything I can. And we are coming into pagan territory now, but we are allied with the pagans, so no need to worry about that. We've got some notes here. Diane, here bees my reportings. 12 bees were lost in them old quarter, 5 bees lost in them docks. Them hammerheads more strongsy than we thinkered. We bees needing helping. Daisy. Now, was there a note over in this area? No, there were a couple of arrows. And yes, when I pick the one up, the one that's laying there seems to kind of freak out and flip over. Then, up here, we've got some loot there. We've got a note here. Larkspur. I bees have it another visioning of them abomination. It bees has a layer in them canals. But I bees thinker that if the water level bees kept high, then us pagans will bees not stumbling into its den there. Bees you must sealing off the pump house, and warn all pagans to staying away from theirs. Why bees this abomination in my visionings, when it bees them hammerheads we fightings? I wishing that Victoria comes ye back to leading us. My thoughts bees ungreen and troubling. Diane. So, Diane is having some visions of an abomination, I'm assuming is the Hague that we've seen. Can't guarantee that's what it is, but I have a feeling. Leafers and vines grower more quicksy, bees you feeder them with the saps and bones of man-fools. Okay. Good to know. I did not know that. Now, this here is Inspector Drept's workshop. So I will visit Inspector Drept real quick.
This place hath nothing of value for thee to steal.
I'm more interested in those papers of yours. If they can tell me anything about a crone that talks to statues.
Thou hast seen the hag?
Not just seen. She tried to kill me, but I hear you've been trailing her for years.
Yea, I hath followed her trail, but it hath not been clear. I hath even doubted anon that her crimes were more than my own imaginings. But that thou hadst seen her as well. 'Twas in my boyhood, in the orphanage known as the Shalebridge Cradle, that I spied her. I didst play at a game with mine friend, and I was hidden, and my friend sought me. Then a hag, a bent in evil apparition, came from the darkness, near enough to touch, and my friend did scream. But I was a child, and afraid, and then 'twas over. The orphanage grew a dark and haunted place, and now none dare enter. When came I to my manhood, and was saved by the order of the hammer, I sought the hag again. The hag wears death about her as a cloak. Some who meet her doth vanish, others perish with bloody work done upon their bodies. There are hints spoken of creatures made of stone, and ever the tale of a hag, a bent old woman, ever old, but growing no older, in a span that hath taken me from boyhood to mine own age.
Can you tell me how to find her?
She finds her prey now in Alldale, but 'twas in Shalebridge her murders didst begin. Seekest thou a start upon her trail there? 'Tis the only place I hath ere spied her for certain, but I dare never return to that place.
That's a good place to start looking. I have no interest in being the latest in her string of murders.
I don't know why, but Garrett looks really weird in this game for some reason. At least, in my opinion, he does.
Hammer like sing man fool.
Who's doing that? Oh,
That
there!
didn't work.
Somebody sneaking around? He's in the streets, he is!
That's why I quick saved, because I didn't think that was gonna work. But I wanted to try it at least.
Diane havers them visionings about you. Man fool Garrett.
Don't call me a man fool. Put all that torch. And
Someone's playing with the torches.
And put this torch.
Stupid torches never stay lit.
Then
Aha!
here.
If someone's there, you picked the wrong guard to mess with.
Ah, Garrett.
We've got somebody who can sell stuff too.
It's been a long time.
Just gotta figure out where that noise came from. That's right. Just keep it up, you. Easier to find you.
Now, heading back out of Alldale into Old Quarter. Because I don't believe there's anywhere in Alldale to buy supplies. No. So I'm going to go back to Old Quarter. And I will buy supplies at that store right there. And then it's time to head for the Cradle. I mean, there's other stuff I could do in the city, go around and get more supplies and more loot, but I should have plenty for what I need to do in the Cradle.
Aha! Now it's go time! That got him running.
Handsome hooded hoodlum. You let me know if I can help you find anything. Carmen is here to help.
Okay, so do I want to get gas arrows or do I want to get some... I'll get some explosive mines because explosive mines work on undead enemies, which we will be facing in the Cradle.
Where would I be hiding? You're dead now, Taffer. Go ahead, run! I'm right behind you! You won't get far!
Now,
Just catch my breath.
Shalebridge Cradle.
The Shalebridge Cradle. It used to be an insane asylum, and before that, it was an orphanage. One night a fire started, no one knows how, and after that, they left the place abandoned. If there's a way to cram more misery into one building's history, I can't think of it. I'm here to learn about the old woman who attacked me in the Keeper compound. Drept said he saw the hag here at the orphanage long ago, when his childhood friend was murdered. He's never dared to come back, but I don't think I have much choice. It's a thin lead, but it's all I have left. I've never robbed an orphanage before, and I can't say I'm looking forward to this visit. There's no telling what I'll find inside. I'm used to the dark, but this feels like a house with bad dreams.
So, I'm gonna check my gear. I've got 15 fire arrows, which are useful against undead. 20 flash bombs, which are useful. And 3 explosive mines, which are useful against the undead. So my goals are: search for more information about the hag who attacked you. My goals, of course, will change once I'm in there. We will be going on expert difficulty. And nothing's different there. So, because I'm only 10 minutes into this episode, I think I'm just gonna cut it here, and I will upload the Cradle tomorrow. So for today, this will be my last video for today, but tomorrow I will be doing the Cradle. And here we are. I will actually... No, I'm just gonna go for it today. I am just gonna go for it today. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. It will be a bit louder than normal, and it may be a bit too loud at points, but in order to get the full atmosphere, you need to be able to hear what's going on. Lots of sounds, lots of audio, not sure what to call it, lots of creepy sounds and audio cues and stuff in here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go straight into the Cradle, and as I mentioned earlier in my last video, I'm not doing a playthrough of the mission beforehand. I'm just going straight into the mission. I played this one years ago, but I do not remember. I honestly don't remember a whole lot of it, so this is as close to a blind playthrough as you will get from me in a mission, and that's just to keep it more genuine. It was better before. There are too many rules to remember. Don't go here, don't touch that, don't talk to the patients. The doctors are just as scary as the patients. Miss Arthur says orphans shouldn't complain. Now, I somewhat remember what I need to do in here, but not that well. And a fun bit of trivia, this level has actually been listed, has been hailed by several big gaming companies, such as IGN, Bloody Disgusting, a few others I can't think of at the moment, GameSpot. That it's been listed in some of their lists for top scariest levels in games, and with very good reason. So, case number 6, F. Topper, patient history. Entry 1, brought in by City Watch, hysterical, carries an urn that contains the ashes of what authorities think might be her own infant. Refers to self as Mama Topper. Could prove a difficult case to cure, Dr. Sandbridge. Entry 2, efforts to take the infant ashes away are always met with same self-destructive behavior. For now, we see no harm in allowing subject to carry them with her during a weekly walk in the exercise yard. Inform Dr. Hascombe I approve the use of his experimental heat therapy, DS. So we're gonna see some... I mean, just listen to those sounds. The atmosphere in this level is amazing. We've got a cage here. Not sure if I want to go in there. You'll find out later why I'm not sure if I want to go in there or not. But a bit more trivia on this level. The developers actually studied and researched haunted buildings and and a few abandoned insane asylums and things to get a better feel for, so they could bring it to life more. And honestly, I think they did a very good job. Case number 7, C. Pins, patient history. Entry 1, admitted to hospital for observation and treatment by her family. Completely unresponsive to questions or the presence of others. Due to her sensitive age, recommend she be placed under Dr. Sandbridge's expert care. Dr. Hanscombe. Entry 2, told the family today that subject will never be well enough to return home. As proof, I showed them her cell, which of course is grotesquely outfitted in the same way as the murder scene. I believe on some level they were relieved. DS. Entry 3. The board has decided to allow her continued visits to the balcony with her birdhouse. So right here
It's
we
burned
got...
out. They must have kept a spare fuse somewhere.
I got a new objective. Find a fuse and use it to repair the generator in the storm cellar. No, this level is... oh, you'll see, this level is just... it's way different from the other levels in the game, in any of the games so far. And honestly, it's my favorite level in the first 3 games. Emergency lockdown portcullis can only be opened when power is restored.
That didn't work. Maybe there's a fuse box in the basement.
Yes, there is, but we just discovered that it's not working. So here we've got the lobby. And lots of creepy noises in the background. Dr. Ranker, we all agree that lobotomizing several of the most violent cases may solve our uprising problem. Okay, just want to say something here before I continue this. A lot of the treatments that they used on the patients in here were experimental. They didn't know what they didn't quite know exactly what they were doing with them, so there were many failed treatments, many failed lobotomies, and they used shock therapy, heat therapy, where they put heat elements directly on the skin of the patients, and there was water treatment where the patients were submerged in water, and just very harsh treatments that didn't really have any proof that they did any good at the time. So that kind of adds to the misery in the history of this building. So yeah, kind of just the history of the building is a lot of what makes it kind of really creepy to be here as well. But anyway, we all agreed that lobotomizing several of the most violent cases may solve our uprising problem. Your silver surgical kit is ready in the lobotomy theater awaiting your arrival. Several of the other physicians will be observing today so that we can increase the number of procedures performed in the very near future. As you suggested, sometimes more can be learned from a surgery performed incorrectly, so we'll keep the training to a minimum. That right there. Rather than training them to perform the lobotomies correctly, they're giving them as little training as they see necessary because they think they'll be able to learn more from failed lobotomies on patients. So that's just... these patients weren't treated well. Kind of gives reason for the place to be haunted and just all around creepy. I had a chance to look over your surgical kit. Custom made, eh? Must be quite valuable. Don't let the patients know it's silver. It's sure to go missing. Sandwich. We've got a little bit of room here. That's just telling us that's back into the lobby. This is the front door, which is boarded up because the place is abandoned and pretty much nobody's meant to be here with good reason. Now we will... I'll tell you more about the enemies when we come to them. They're some of the more disturbing enemies in the game. Now, something I find kind of funny here, I'm gonna quick save before I do this. If you listen, you can hear a fire burning, but there's no fire. But yet, we still take damage if we touch it. So there's kind of like a phantom fire going there or something. Okay, so in here we have the treasurer's office. Got a candlestick here, goblet there, and in here we've got a piece of special loot, Gravecourt Red. And lots of noise in the background. Heat Therapy to Ameliorate Dampness in Hyper-Emotive Patients by Dr. William Hanscombe. So here we'll learn a bit more about the heat therapy. Patients whom have lost touch with reality often have a marked dampness to their extremities, a clamminess of the hands, a sweatiness of the foot. These symptoms result from an excess of emotive humors that are trapped within the individual due to bile deficiency. And see, I can't guarantee it, but that doesn't sound true at all to me. Although electrical regimens are often used with this type of patient, I have also had great success with the application of heat. The heat must be of the dry variety, as hot water submersion only exacerbates symptoms by increasing emotive humors. The hot elements must be laid directly on the skin to draw away the excesses of moisture. So yeah, this guy's basically taking... The way I understand it is, imagine taking the heating element out of an oven and just kind of laying that right on your skin. Might not be quite as severe as that, but that's the way they make it sound, so... We've got an apple here, which I find rather weird that the apple is not rotten at all. It's a fresh apple. I didn't want to have my picture painted, but I was too scared to say no. I guess I did it right because he said I sat good and still. And of course, because this place is so empty and there's not really anything here, it kind of makes it all the more disturbing. We don't run into enemies just yet. We will in a little bit, in a little while though. In here we've got a light up there, but there's no way to get up there as far as I know. I can't climb on the walls or anything. So I think that might just be... wrong button. That might just be the way the lighting in the level came out. We've got a note here. Stu, I got the whole thing worked out. First, ain't no need for you to worry. I found a real good hiding place for the bag of gold teeth. It's real hard to find, and anyway, it's in the morgue, and ain't nobody goes there unless they have to or they's dead. Know what I mean? I figure a couple more days, a week tops, and I'll have yanked enough gold teeth from these poor dead loonies to buy us something real fancy. You just have to do your part, which is find us a buyer. The kind that don't ask too many questions. I mean, you can't just walk into any old place and sell a bunch of gold teeth. Don't let me down. Desmond. So, disrespect for the dead. Yet another reason for spirits to linger after death and haunt the place. gonna unlock this. And there are some very disturbing noises. I think I just heard what sounded like something breathing right behind me while I was working on this. Like, labored breathing, kind of. But we turn around and there is nothing here. So we've got some loot in there. And granted, coming in here and stealing from this place isn't exactly a respectful thing to do, but I mean, we're here, so why not? Now, we have to go up to the attic. We've got a map here. Not very helpful, but we are right here. We're heading up to the attic right now. And nothing. All that banging and there's nothing up here. You heard a strange knocking sound coming from the attic. Yeah, I kinda noticed that. So we've got a generator fuse here. And we've got blood on the floor. Nice. Now, that girl may look familiar to you guys.
She looks familiar. It's that keeper translator girl. But that can't be. This portrait must be as old as the building.
I can hear you breathing. Nobody here in the cradle does that anymore. How did you get in? My name is Laurel. Something changed when you saw my picture. That's why you can hear me now. I want to leave here, but I can't. The cradle won't let any of us go. Will you help me? They filled up a bottle with my blood. It's down in the storm cellar. It's very dark down there. Please find the bottle and drop it into a drain pipe so it will end up outside. It's important.
So, we've got a sphere here, and that shadow is most definitely... Oh god, even stretched out like Gamal does. That shadow is Gamal, that keeper translator girl. But she said her name is Laurel, so... And I mean, this painting, that is most definitely the translator girl. That is Gamal, but it's Laurel. So, something weird's going on there. Now we have to go back down to the storm cellar, and I got the fuse that I need for that. These stairs should bring me out by the part that I came in at. Yep, right here. So, we're gonna go down into the cellar and we're gonna turn the power on and find that girl's blood. I'm gonna turn the power on first. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to turn the power on, but there we go. here is where we'll find the blood.
That's the cage where they used to put the new patients until a cell opened up. You should stay out of there, or the Cradle might see you and try to keep you here forever.
So that's why I said I don't know if I should go in that cage or not. But I'm gonna click save and I'm gonna go in there. And stupid Cradle. You can't keep me in here. And here's the blood.
This one must be hers. It's still warm. Great.
No, that's a bit weird. That's just a little weird. The blood should not be warm still after this many years. But I'm out of time. So, I'm going to save here, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.